in my last short video, I have explained you what exactly VSEPR theory, right, with an example. So now let's apply it. See, there are two situations over here. One is molecules where the central atom has no lone pairs, and the molecules where the central atom has lone pairs. Here we are talking about central atom. Okay, central atom has no lone pairs, and the central atom has lone pairs. When there are lone pairs on the central atom, there will be few deviations in the shape. So that we'll discuss in my next few videos. First, let's talk about the molecules in which the central atom has no lone pairs. These are the standard cases that we'll discuss one by one in this video. So now let's discuss the standard cases. So these are the examples of standard cases. If the here I'm considering A as a central atom. For AX2, it is a linear. How can you draw the AX2 structure? In order to minimize the repulsions, we can keep these X over like opposite side of this central atom, है ना? So this is how we can minimize the repulsions. This is having 2 electron pairs, and this AX3 means this is having 3 electron pairs. And here, how can we draw the structure in order to minimize the repulsions? We can keep like this, है ना? With 120-degree angle, and here it is X, X, and X. How it is looking like a trigonal, right? Trigonal planar. So this is the trigonal planar, and example is BF3, and for this example is CO2. And I'll tell you how can you able to write the structure whatever the molecule if they gave in simple way. That we'll discuss in my next video. So and this is AX4. So AX4 is the tetrahedral shape. How can we draw this? One bond will be behind the plane X, X, and one will be above the plane, and this will be like this. This is the tetrahedral shape, है ना? And one more is AX5, which is having 5 electron pairs. And here we are talking about the standard cases, and that which is no lone pairs. Here these molecules doesn't contain any lone pairs. Okay, so this is having 5 electron pairs, and which is trigonal bipyramid. This is A, and these are the 5 bonds that you can draw. So how can you get to know it is a trigonal bipyramidal? Means you can see a trigonal shape over here, है ना? And if you connect this the corner with the remaining these 3 like this, you can see one pyramid, है ना? So here there are two pyramids. That's why trigonal bipyramidal. And the example is PCl5. And then the last one is AX6, which is octahedral, and the octahedral shape is easy, है ना? Like this you can draw it. This is an octahedral shape. And one more also there, which is AX7. The shape of this AX7 is pentagonal bipyramidal. So the example for this is IF7. In my next video, I'll explain you with deviation